I have on none other than Saaf's Delights. Reminder to everyone that Saaf's was recommended to me through the competition we did last week with Fragrances by Naz, wherein they gave a giveaway, and then somebody messaged me and they said, I've always been supporting this local business. You can contact them on the following details. And I said, okay, fine. As I mentioned, any business that came through to me that I could interview. Some of you sent through businesses I've already interviewed, like Liquor Diet. I've already interviewed Liquor Diet. I can't have them on again. But this is an all new business. She's looking a little bit nervous. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to you.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm
nervous.
Actually really nervous.
No, don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. It's only a conversation between me and you. We're just going to talk. We're just going to talk a little bit about your business. Now, Saaf's Delights is, if you're watching the live stream, you can probably see it. And if you can't, I'll probably show you a little bit later. She brought in some divine goodies here. She made, oh my word, I'm actually getting lost looking at it. So can you just enlighten the listeners while I just try to rationalize what exactly is in front of me about your business and when you started?
Okay, so I started around about grade 11. I've been baking since, my dad has been baking since I was in primary school. And then grade 11, I kicked off and I said to my dad, you know what? We baked for a family member's wedding, her son's wedding. We made the wedding cake.
Yeah.
And it was the main thing of the night. And everybody was asking questions. And I was like, you know what, Daddy? I think it's time for us to start our business. We took it from there.
Yeah.
And I went to social media, started a page on Instagram, Facebook, and you won't believe it if I tell you. People started messaging me, and my phone blew up within 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yes.
They really like the cake, eh?
Yes.
They really love the cake.
They really
but
did.
that's a little bit, well, no, that's actually not that surprising. I mean, there are many girls out there that work in the kitchen with their mothers and they learn the tricks of the trade, right? They learn how to make the things the good way, not the cookbook way, because as my mother always says, cookbooks are for idiots. As she always tells me, there's always a little bit of magic that the baker themselves put in. But your story is a little bit interesting because you started in high school. Usually back then, I was making losses at what did we used to have? Market days. I remember operating at a loss of 600 Rand. That was an amazing time. But you took the time and you actually started your own thing. First kicking it off through social media and then blowing up to where you are now. But I wanted to take a little bit of rather I have a question in regards to that startup. So in essence, you've been working in the kitchen for a long time. You approach your father, you tell him, listen, I think this can actually be a thing. I think this can actually make me some money. You start off in grade 11, you start off with social media, and then you blow up instantaneously. Did it just come through with you just posting a few pictures and bam, you got it, or was it?
The thing is, I used to take pictures of everything I made. Food, cake.
Wow.
Because I was a foodie. I still am. I still am.
Okay.
And I said to my dad, it's I have everything on my phone. Let's do it. I posted every single picture of all the cakes I made, desserts I made, and that is where it took off because it was a good start.
Wow.
And my photo skills are not that bad.
Wow. So all you did was oh wow. I think what I take most away from what you just said there was the reality that you basically just started as everybody, as most other people start, learning the tricks of the trade in the kitchen and then doing your own thing, right?
Thanks to my dad and my late mom.
Yes.
With leaving recipes behind and my dad knowing how to bake and cook. So
your father helped you in the kitchen.
Yes.
Wow. That's a surprise. I don't want to mention anything out of my household, but that is a surprise. But that's quite remarkable. I mean, that's something so new age in the essence that you just did it through that way. I mean, most of the time, back you'd have to rely on more word of mouth. Now you had word of mouth because you were in some capacity operating in essence like a business almost through assisting your family, correct?
Family, baking for family and close friends.
Okay, so when they ask you, hey, we need a little bit of a cake for
and
wedding,
I was always like, okay, fine, I'll do it because I'm into it.
It's your passion.
The creativity. If I get the green card to go ahead,
yes,
I'm going ahead.
You're going ahead. Not going to stop.
No.
Now, when you first started, it seems like there were really not a lot of challenges. I mean, you basically started off of what you had. I mean, you didn't really have to make a massive investment. You're only in grade 11. It's like you don't really have thousands and thousands of rands.
So, because we baked for Eid, you
Yes.
know, the traditional labarang biscuits.
Yes.
We always had ingredients. We had the cake cupboard. We had everything. So it wasn't really a struggle.
Yes.
And because I was in grade 11, my dad was the, the financial support. So it wasn't really much out
Yes.
of my pocket.
Yes.
Some cakes were stressful. I ended up crying. I'd phone friends and I'd be like, "Ma, why I can't do this?" And she'll tell me, "No, it's tough. Stop. Just stop and start tomorrow again." And it took me from crying to wanting to close down.
Wow.
And it got me from that. And I'm still here today, 7
You're
years
still
later.
here today, 7 years later. Now, wow, that's pretty interesting. I mean, you faced one of the biggest challenges in the beginning, anyway. The challenge of, can I actually do it? That's usually something when I get businesses on board, they usually mention that is like a month or 3 months into the tenure, and usually kicks off when things really get bad. But what I found interesting about your story before the break, you mentioned, or rather not before the break, in private, you mentioned that you actually had to close down during lockdown. Could you take us a little bit through that?
Through lockdown, it was tough. You know, people lost jobs. So it was obvious that business wasn't going to bloom. And then I said to my daddy, you know, it's because I dropped prices trying to get business in. And it wasn't, at the end of the day, it wasn't beneficiary for me because it was more of a loss.
Yeah.
So I said to my daddy, you know what, let's just stop. And I stopped, and it went on until a few months ago,
Wow.
2023, 2022.
Yes.
I'd say May, around about May, we reopened. I haven't been posting on social media for a few years now. I think 2 years, because I've been operating with WhatsApp clients, but I've been trying to pull people on Facebook through my personal account, and it's been working. But other than that, COVID hit.
Yeah.
And it hit hard.
Yeah.
But we're back.
You're back.
And we're ready. We're ready.
No. I can see you back. The things in front of me are absolutely amazing. But you ended during lockdown. Lockdown really hit when it was just announced, and overnight everything shut down. People lost their jobs. When people lose their jobs, and a lot of weddings that go on when people lose their jobs.
Exactly.
Times aren't great when you have no money. So they can't really expend or spend their money on additional stuff like cakes. But during that period of lockdown, did you stop operating entirely, or did you downscale?
I downscaled. We only made, which was the sets in front of you is the popular.
I can see why.
Very popular.
I can see why.
And aside from the cakes, we had kusistas every Sunday. That's what kept us going. So we scaled down with baking, and then we had kusistas every Sunday. Every
Sunday. Every single Sunday since through lockdown.
Since through lockdown, I stopped, and we're going at it now again.
Wow.
I stopped for 2 months because I couldn't take the smell of kusistas.
Yes.
It got to me. And I was like, no, I
you
can't
couldn't
do
take
this.
the smell of kusistas.
All the spices. Now you need to understand.
Okay.
The kusistas we make are not just aniseed. It's everything. Every single.
Just mind, you're talking to an individual that is kicked out of the kitchen by his mother. So I don't know much.
I'm talking about the traditional spicy kusista.
Okay.
That is what we had. And I said to my daddy, no, I can't do this, man. The smell is not doing it for me. And then I stopped. And then I said to him, well, he actually said to me the other day, I think we need to start again. Because people have been asking in the area, when are you going to start with kusistas? When are we doing it again? So I said, okay, we can do it after January. We can start.
Yes.
So yeah, we'll be at that again.
You know, what I like about you is that in every answer you give, I can tell that you're actually motivated. Obviously, you had to shut down because you're operating at a significant loss. At that point in time, you're basically just giving away free cakes or giving away cakes, and you're not making anything from it. But it's clear that your main motivation for doing what you do is purely passion. I mean, the fact of not doing the kusistas because it irks you, is clearly something from a point of passion rather than a point of trying to make money. And it's clear that the work you do, you take much passion in. I mean, I don't think anybody can bake the things you do, or as they seem to me, without actually having a passion to actually go into the kitchen and learn every single thing. And you actually mentioned that you actually cried because one of the tasks was so it became too much.
Yes.
But alhamdulillah, you downscaled, worked through the lockdown period, and then you opened back in May. And I'm just a little bit curious in regards to social media and your like marketing, because I get a lot of businesses on here, not many owned by young individuals like yourself. Why am I saying young individuals like yourself? Like I'm 40. I'm only 23. No, I'm not old. But like young people owning businesses, right? And I've noticed that when I interview young people owning businesses, especially I've had on Coffee, Pancake Mechanic, and they always utilize social media as a main means of marketing. It seems to be the biggest form of marketing right now for young entrepreneurs rather than word of mouth, because I think it's going to be rather hard to compete with all the other aunties through word of mouth.
Definitely.
No, I don't think you're going to convince anybody to give up.
If you're having a good reaction from somebody else telling you about, Auntie Amina's cake down the road.
Yes, yes, indeed. You're never going to beat that. The only thing you can do is get new people through social media. But I wanted to know from you, you mentioned that in the beginning you just instantaneously put up all the photos because you're a foodie, you've been taking food pictures for so long, and that you haven't actually been using social media that much since you've actually ceased operations and now rebooted. But I wanted to know from you, when you were operating and you were making and you were basically doing well, how big was social media in terms of actually reaching your customer base?
Honestly speaking, social media wasn't where I got customers from. It was word of mouth. But social media's, the reactions from many different people, that was actually a big help.
Yeah.
And then it's more a word of mouth, like you said. But I
The
cannot
classic way.
compete. Yes, I cannot compete with the aunties that's in business for years. But it's definitely word of mouth.
Yes.
Social media didn't boost really. I had an influencer. In lockdown, he was also trying to get up and running. And I messaged him and I said to him, Nash, you're going to do this for me? And I made him a cake. And that is also where business went from.
Oh.
From, he did a review and it hit from there. It went skyrocketing. And you know what? Alhamdulillah, because of him, so business picked up. And here I am today.
Oh.
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth. Word of mouth being the key thing. I think in your business, especially in our community, word of mouth seems to be the main way of actually getting people. I mean, the reality is that if you're asking someone to bake you a cake, you're not going to trust any Tom, Dick and Harry you find on social media, or rather any Tom, Dick and Harry that you haven't actually heard good things about.
Yes.
You need the person to know exactly what they are doing. Now, in our community, that can only be found through actually asking around. You need to know people and know people, and then until you actually find the right auntie, the right individual to make the cake. But that's usually a lot of trial and error. But I wanted to know from you in regards to that idea of building relationships with your customers. You mentioned that you utilize WhatsApp Business mostly to do your marketing, or rather interact with clients. Is that true?
That is true.
So most of the time you're interacting with your customers through WhatsApp Business and using that almost as an online store in actual fact.
WhatsApp Business is the main, because to communicate with customers, to advertise, to have flash sales, WhatsApp Business has been the loyal guy.
The
loyal guy.
Well, we have to go for some commercial news. Jabida, take us away. When we come back, it's more of the daily grind, so stay tuned.
The Voice of the Cape, 91.3 FM stereo.
Suburban Travel and Tours, pioneers in Back to Our Roots Indonesia tours. Bali, Java, Jakarta from 19,999 per person sharing excluding flights. Departing on the 24th of February for 13 days. Optional extra 4 nights in Kuala Lumpur from only 4,999. Make the circle bigger and join us on a balanced tour filled with fun, culture, amazing sights and sounds with designer wear, factory shopping and so much more. T's and C's apply and prices subject to Rand US dollar exchange. For further information, simply WhatsApp your name to 071 312 8572 and state routes 23. Suburban Travel and Tours. Come as a stranger, leave as a friend.
Elite, Elite, our price is just right. We have just what you need. Our prices you cannot beat. Elite, Elite, our price is just right. Get what you need at Elite, Elite.
Sharia compliant means shared responsibility, collective assurance, and a mutual undertaking. Which is why at Bright, we provide insurance with technical expertise, risk-focused insights, and an oversight system with compliant dimensions. Shared risk, shared expertise, and Sharia compliant. Contact your broker or visit brightinsure.co.za to find out more. Bright, approach risk with purpose. Bright is a licensed insurer and authorized FSP.
Come on, baby, come on. Ja, dat doet alweer die staten, man.
Hij is hier staten, hij is hier, weet
Maar dat doet, als je niet precies in staten. Maar dat doet hij wel net slim is. Nou, zeg van mij, waar in de goede wat de kap gaan ons nou een battery krijgen?
Universal Motorsport. Een New Woodlands Highlands Drive.
Oké.
Heet die airtime?
But of course I got it.
021-374-1082.
Als dat klaar is,
Ja, now they're on from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m.
nou, let's go. Ik heb ook gezien in die battery die.
Live from Cape Town, this is the Voice of the Cape, 91.3 FM.
The Daily Grind. Boosting your business savvy.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to the Daily Grind with myself, Daanyaal Matthews. In studio with Saaf's Delights. Before the break, just talking about the history of the business, how they started in high school and actually reached all the way here, stopping a little bit during when lockdown hit, and then begrudgingly selling kusistas on a Sunday because she did not actually like the smell of kusistas. Now, if you're on the live stream, I've actually taken, or rather changed the camera's view onto the wonderful delight she has in front of me here. Mainly because I don't think I should be the only one to appreciate what's in front of me here. Now, Saaf, I was a little bit curious in regards to what you actually make. I can see what you make. It's really diverse. But I'm also curious in the reality of what your product line in relation to what do you mainly make, what's your focus areas, but also what's the favorite thing you'll actually like to make on when you're actually cooking? I'm just curious.
So I'm mostly a sweet person.
No, I can tell that.
I do savory spices and samosas in the Ramadan.
Okay.
But my favorite thing to make, and it's right in front of us, it's the peppermint tart.
Ooh.
It's not time consuming, and I like licking the bowl out.
I think you like the rest of. I don't think there's anybody out there that hasn't done that. Now, I'm a little bit curious in relation to how you actually operate. You mentioned before the break that you operate through WhatsApp Business. That's the main way of you communicating with customers, and that's something. And social media, obviously, but that's not really your main focal point. That's just more to promote what you actually do, to show people actually, you know what, I can actually cook. And I can actually bake. It's actually something I do for a living. But I was curious in relation to the operations, because before the break you mentioned how in the beginning you were a little bit struggling in relation to actually managing everything you were doing, and then you mentioned how you had a little bit of a breakdown, almost thought of quitting, but you stuck through it with your friends and your family support. And I'm just wondering now, coming from that, learning from that, how you operate today. Do you have you streamlined it a little bit more? How does it actually work?
Okay, so best is to contact via WhatsApp, or I have a Facebook page. It's not really active, but I am there to reply to messages. It's Facebook at Saaf's Delights. I've got the Instagram page, and you can find me on TikTok as well. No content just yet, but we'll get there. Definitely we'll get there.
Okay. But again, I'm just more wondering in relation to operations. Mainly because I wanted to know in terms of what you've actually learned from starting all the way in high school. Obviously, you've learned a lot.
Yes.
I'm sure you weren't operating as you do today all the way back then.
No.
And obviously, through lockdown, you've had to learn how to manage your resources better, downscaling, and actually noticing, while I am passionate about this, I can't do it for free while investing my own time and money into it. And I'm a little bit curious in relation to that, your growth from when you actually started, looking back at your journey, not that it's ending, obviously you're still looking to grow. What can you say you've learned the most, and also just tricks of the trade that you've picked up along the ride?
which I learned along the road is never give up. Hard work pays off. It definitely does, and you can't always trust. And I'm saying this because I've been trusting people, and because I'm a local business, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm still learning a lot.
Yeah.
I haven't learned it all yet, but what I do know is, please do, if you have a local business or you're starting up, please take half of your payment. I'm 7 years in, and it's been a rough ride.
Yeah.
It's been a rough ride, but aside from that, don't give up. That is the main thing, and you need to have the support system behind you. If it wasn't for my dad and my husband, yes, my kids drive me insane when I'm baking because they want to help.
Yes, yes.
They're hands on, but don't give up, and you need that support system behind you. Because if you're not going to, I'm not going to say you can't succeed alone,
Yes.
but you need the push. And marketing, I can't really. I'm not a social media person.
No, you
man.
just you get most of your clients through word of mouth.
Yes, like
the
we
classic
said before.
The classic way. The classic
And
way.
because I used to bake for family,
Yes.
it's family telling their friends, that friends telling that one.
Oh.
And then it comes around to me that, oh, you heard from this auntie and that auntie. Then I'm like, who are these people?
No, that's just how our community is. Eh?
Yes,
That's a
no,
wonderful thing
definitely.
about community in relation to the fact that if you make something good, especially food, if you cook something good or bake something pretty good, people will find out. Some other way
And
they will find out.
word, it travels fast.
Or
eh?
it travels too fast in
It-
our community.
Very, very
Too
fast.
fast. Now, I'm just now, in relation to the products that you offer, I wanted to know: do you make them custom, or are they or do you have like a selection that individuals have to choose from? I
Okay,
know
so I
wedding
do
cakes you probably have to do custom.
Yes, I do custom cakes, birthday cakes, wedding cakes, obviously. I do cupcakes as well. But most of the things that I do, it's traditional. It's the traditional cakes that you will get from the auntie, because the recipes that were left down for me was mostly traditional. I do custom things, but only birthday cakes and cupcakes. Yes.
Okay, so most of the things you do custom, not most, rather, you're open to custom and to set products, right?
Yes.
And you do puddings, cakes. You off.
Let me tell you a secret.
Okay.
The puddings is very new to Saaf's Delights.
Seriously?
Very, very new. The only pudding that I've had on for sale was the chocolate pudding. Unfortunately, we don't have it here today because it's a winter pudding. A saucy chocolate pudding. I've had that all the years. This peppermint tart and banana caramel tart,
Yes.
it's very new to us.
Ah, so you've actually expanded your products.
Yes, I have.
And what motivated you to do that? Was it more, again, passion?
No, because my family enjoyed it. And I thought, okay, you guys like this. I wonder, other people would also like it. They would enjoy it. So let's go ahead and do this.
You know, I found with many of the restaurants or the bakeries and those kind of businesses I get on, especially when they're small owned, a lot of the menu and product line is motivated from taste. First of all, it's passion of the baker or cook, and then it's the opinion of everybody around them.
Yes.
It's
That's how it works, eh? If you're going to tell me, this is really nice stuff, then I'm going to be like, maybe there's opportunity there, eh? So I'm going to go at it. And I'll make it, and a small batch first.
Yes.
And then from there, okay, everybody likes it, flash sale. And then that's how I pull in customers with flash sales.
Oh,
Yes.
so that's a marketing trick you learned. They flash. Oh my word! Flash sales. But that's very curious because you mentioned there you have a family, of course, husband and kids. Now, when I've interviewed individuals who have kids, a lot of the times, as they say the same thing that you said, they love to like come on board. They're always intrigued by everything you do. They're curious. They want to learn. They want to see, especially if it smells good. Then they just want to learn a little bit more. But I wanted to know from you, in terms of motivation. Now, in the beginning, you mentioned that it was more so a passion of yours, something that you came to love, working in the kitchen, learning all the tricks of the trade, and then thinking, you know what, I can make something out of this. But you've also continued going. I mean, you continued during lockdown. You stopped. You downscaled, took
Yes.
sisters, begrudgingly made those, even though you couldn't handle the spices. And I wanted to know the motivation to keep going forward, because every month or every week is not the same as the last. Sometimes it's worse, sometimes it's great, sometimes it's so bad it's unbelievable. And I wanted to know from you, what motivates you to keep going every single day? What motivates you to get up and actually make the cakes and actually do all of this hard work when those hard times come knocking?
First, I'm going to tell you is no work, no pay. Because if you're not going to bake, there's not going to be any pay. And because the motivation behind it all is my family. Because if they can see what I'm doing, oh, mommy's pushing, mommy wants the best, mommy's hustling, that's the word.
Yes.
Nah? And then it's at the end of the day, it's something for them to not forget in the future. Because I would love for my kids also to start their own business. I've been, you know what got me also into baking?
Yes.
I won't lie to you, last year I said to my daddy, we're going to bake, but I also want to work. And I wanted to get myself a job, go work for the boss. I sent my CV out, and I got 2 places got back to me. And I looked at my dad and I said, you know what? Never mind. Let's continue with the baking.
Yes.
Because that is where my heart is. If I can't get into where I want to be, which is baking, cooking, whatever.
Yes.
If I can't get into that, then I don't want it. I'm sorry, I'm going to mess up.
Yes.
So I said to my dad, let's just stick to baking rather, because that is where the passion is, that is where my heart is, that is where I want to be. So that's where I stayed.
That's where you stay. No, that's wonderful to hear. I mean, I said it in the beginning of the show, and I always say it. The reality is, not many people can open their own business. It's not something that everybody's built for, first of all. A lot of people can't handle the pressure. If they had come to the point where you had come to, where things were just looking all around bad, the hard times came knocking really hard, they would have probably, some people would have probably quit right there and then. That's just the reality of things. Some people are more comfortable in a 9 to 5. But what I've noticed with people who are entrepreneurs is that it's more so passion. It's more so passion that drives you, passion that keeps you going. But what's wonderful is, what I love about individuals from our community is, especially entrepreneurs from our community, is that we do a lot of the things, or they do a lot of what they do as any working mother or father does for their children. And what entrepreneurship allows is that your children actually get to watch you go out there and push and push and push and make something of yourself.
Exactly. True. And I also, when I started out, I
Yes.
never really had confidence. I could bake, but it wasn't always that great. I needed to learn along the way, decorating and getting everything the way I wanted. And the first day I baked, somebody messaged me and asked me about if I could bake for the organization. And you know what? I've been doing it for 7 years. Every year I have a fundraiser, and that is where it goes. It goes to a certain organization.
Oh.
And then I saw on Facebook they needed a vehicle for the Ole gel. And I was like, you know what? Let's bake. And everything from there, it goes to there. So it's not just for me. I do for you. You can contact me. I'll bake for you too. And I'm very generous. I'm not going to lie. And no, I'm not patting my back, like getting a big head about it. But if you would message me tomorrow and tell me, I'm not just doing it for myself, but for the community as well. I'm going to give back because you people are putting into me.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I think that's an important aspect that is lost in businesses outside of our community, especially. Like I always tell individuals, when you're supporting a local business, you're supporting an individual, and from that individual, supporting multiple other individuals, which is something that may seem really stupid to say, but when you're supporting multinational corporations, oftentimes it's going to things you don't even know where it's going, shares and all of that. When you're supporting a local business, it goes directly to them, and you're supporting not only an individual, but their family and the community as a whole. Because the reality is the local businesses are the heart and blood of our communities. I mean, if we didn't have the aunties making all of these wonderful cakes and stuff, I mean, we'd have to go to the regular bakeries, and
The love is not there.
the love is not there. I mean, I don't know where they cook those, bake those, probably by a machine in a factory, because it feels so soulless.
Yes.
It feels like it has no love being put into it. And I think that's something everybody can taste and everybody can know instantaneously. Now, I have one question that I usually throw to all of the entrepreneurs. So it's almost like a curveball, except it's always coming. So I guess it's not a curveball then. The question is in relation to your message to the listeners. I always ask business owners in relation to what they would say to those out there listening that are sitting at home, thinking about an idea that's been bugging them the entire time. Like your idea to start your own business probably bugged you a little bit also. I can do this, it can work. And they need that, and often at times it's their mental that is pushing them back, the fear of failure. And I wanted to know from you, with all of your expertise, with all of your 7 years of working in the industry, what would your words of advice be as an entrepreneur to them?
Never give up. Get up from where you are and start. It can be how small. You're going to start from the ground. So you're going to need to start somewhere before you're going to see, what's the word? Before you are going to have a,
Oh my word, she just went blank.
just never give up.
Just never give up.
And motivate yourself. Get up and do it.
Yes.
Don't let the idea die out. If you had the idea and it's been bugging you, go ahead and do it because it's there. It's in your head for a reason. So please motivate yourself to get up and do it.
Okay. Short, simple. She's a little bit embarrassed. She just blanked a little, but it's okay. It's okay. You're doing better than most, I must say. But we're going to have to go. I believe Auntie Abida is going to have to take us away to the market for some commercial news. When we return, I'm going to actually be showing off all of the wonderful goodies that is in front of me here. I want them to explain every single detail. But anyway, that's after the break. Let's have a listen to commercial news.
The Voice of the Cape, 91.3 FM stereo.
Khadija, het jy gehoor?
Wat gehoor?
Voice of the Cape gaan Gauteng toe.
Oei, en die sound was lekker.
Ja, lekker vir die hele weekend van die 3de Februarie.
Maar Lima, ek is dan alleen.
Wat worry jy? Kry 3 van jou chommies, dan share hulle die kos van die rondel. En uitgesort is jy. En jy gee net 'n deposit, want jy kry kans om dit af te betaal.
Ooh, ek is nou so excited. Laat ek gou vir wie ons die bel om te boek.
Yes, come and spend the weekend with the Voice of the Cape at Gauteng Spa from the 3rd to the 5th of February 2023. For bookings, please contact Gauteng Spa directly on 023 349 8100. That's 023 349 8100. And make sure to mention the Voice of the Cape weekend.
Chicken Licken Athlone. Stock a wide variety of chicken to suit your taste buds. Soulfire original fried chicken, burgers, fries, shakes, and our famous hot wings. And don't forget to ask about our secret menu. Yes, all at Chicken Licken Athlone, corner of Klipfontein and Carney Road, Rylands. Phone and collect on 021 633 2908. Also available on Uber Eats and Mr. D. Chicken Licken Athlone. We will rock your soul. Please note we are open during load shedding.
Fires are commonly experienced during the festive season, particularly in informal settlements. To prepare, it is advisable to have a grab bag ready which contains important documents, medicines and valuables. To help prevent fires, do not leave any open fire unattended. Keep roads and access points clear for emergency vehicles to enter. Be sure to have your nearest fire station number saved on your phone or call 112 from your cell phone. This message is brought to you by the Western Cape Government. For you.
Hey, Skarpstad. This festive season, we got you. At Busy Corner Meat Hyper, you can get that ideal festive gift of our famous corned beef and tongue combo at 99 Rand per kilo. Or get our lamb chops and spare ribs at 149 Rand per kilo. Plus, you get free spice. So go ahead and make that festive bull run down to Busy Corner Meat Hyper. Or order online at busycorneronline.co.za. Busy Corner Meat Hyper, where people meet.
Your health is your wealth, and at To Your Health, we provide our clients with professional and clinical health services. We stock a wide range of health products, so whatever your health issue, we have the natural product for you. At To Your Health, we also do live blood analysis, which helps to enhance and improve your health. We pride ourselves with excellent and competitive prices for quality natural products. Phone us today for a free consultation with Ashraf Bandika on 021 671 2469. We are conveniently situated at Kenilworth Centre and open 7 days a week.
Live from Cape Town, this is the Voice of the Cape, 91.3 FM.
The Daily Grind. Boosting your business savvy.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to the Daily Grind. Again, myself, Daanyaal Matthews, joined in the studio by Saaf Lights. Now, on the stream, you can probably see all of the wonderful things that are available or in front of me. I would describe them. I would. But I wouldn't do it justice. So, I'm not going to do it. Saaf is going to do it. Saaf, take us through what you've brought through to the studio.
Okay, so in the box we have strawberry. We have red snowballs, cream snowballs. Would you like me to describe it for you? It's light and fluffy. That's all I'm gonna say.
You know, when I mention I'm not going to describe it, it's primarily because I'm not a sweet person.
Yes.
My forte is half moons and samosas. Not
Savouries.
Savouries. Oh, I love savouries. I also love cakes though, but I can't have too many. It's too sweet.
No,
But-
definitely. Listen, let me tell you. I'm a baker. You
Yes.
don't like cakes, you're gonna love mine. It's
Oh,
not sweet. It's not sweet at all. On the side we have peppermint tart, the classic peppermint tart. It's layered with what's that? Coconut tennis biscuits. Yes. And the classic peppermint thingy. Yeah. We couldn't get the classic ones because
Yes.
they discontinued. So
Seriously?
yeah, they
Wow.
discontinued. I think last year or the year before.
No.
So we have Cadbury peppermint.
Okay.
And then over here, this is the winner. Everybody comes for this.
Okay.
It's orange cake. It's moist. It's soft. It melts in your mouth. That's what I heard. I'm not getting a big idea, hey? But it is the best seller.
Yes.
And it's a finish with cream cheese frosting, but today it's orange icing. It's not gonna change your mind on that.
So this is basically one of your best sellers.
Yes.
The orange cake.
The orange cake.
And usually it's topped with
Cream cheese.
cream cheese. Phew. And today it's topped with
A regular orange icing sugar. So it's sweet actually.
I like the way you're describing this. You're like describing it in such a tantalizing way. Like it's not cream cheese today, but it can be. Something like that. But anyway, but these are not the only things you have on offer. Again, if you want to check it out, just go onto our Facebook and YouTube platforms. You can see all of the delightful things in front on the screen. But this is not the only things you have on offer. We did mention before the break that you make both custom and you sell the regular things, of course. So if individuals wanted to purchase this, they could purchase it as it is, but they could also make adjustments. Is that
They
correct?
could make adjustments. They could change the flavor if they wanted to. I also have no, this is not the only stuff I only brought this into.
No, I know.
I have a whole variety. Starting with lemon meringues, the mini lemon meringues, pavlovas, going down to the big cakes, the cooker, I think that's what it's called, eh? I don't know. My daddy is
I don't know
Afrikaans.
either. Don't ask
It's
me.
the loaves.
Oh, okay.
So lemon loaves, and
The only
I don't
loaf
know
I know
what's
is
the
banana
other
loaf.
word. And banana loaves,
Yeah,
yes.
got something right.
And I think that's... But like in between, I've got a whole list.
Yes.
I can't remember it right now. I deal with it every day, but
Yes.
it doesn't stick. I've got a whole list of things. But this is what people normally order.
But you basically make everything that people generally want in our
Everything
community.
and anything.
Everything and anything.
And if I haven't made it yet, please message me and describe it to me. Tell me what it was like, and I will definitely get it right for you.
The wonders of having a foodie as the baker is that you'll probably make anything for a challenge. Now, I wanted to know, in relation to everything you have here on offer, everything that you have on your wondrous list that you deal with every day, I wanted to know, in relation to all of that, you obviously have certain rules when it comes to actually orders, correct? I mean, you're not going to be baking me a 3-tier wedding cake a meter tall the night before, right?
No ways.
You sure you can't just pull something together?
No ways. Oh no, I think I'll rather send you to some other place, but it would not be me. Ordering, you need to order a week in advance, a week to 3 days, because that will give me enough time. I need to still run around to get ingredients. I have it in my cupboard, but if it's custom made, I need to run around to get them. So a week in advance, I'd say.
A week in advance?
Yes.
So a week in advance for anything of that nature?
Anything. From cakes to savories, a week in advance.
Okay, so I'm now going to be asking you another curveball that isn't a curveball because it's always asked. This question is mostly in relation to where you see yourself in the future, or rather your desires, your dreams, or du'as for the future, as it say.
It's been in my head for quite some
Yes.
time, and like I said
Wait,
earlier,
I haven't finished the question yet.
Oh,
Getting too
mouth,
excited,
mouth, mouth.
Getting too excited, getting too comfortable now. No, I'm just joking. But before, you've been operating for 7 years, right? So usually I ask in relation to how long you've been operating. So I'm saying 7 years from now, it's it's going to be 2050, the next decade. I'm interested to think, where do you see yourself? Where do you see your business in the coming years?
in 2030,
Yes, by 2030.
I see myself in having my own coffee shop. It's
Oh.
been in the back of my head. I would like to open my own little coffee shop or a bakery. It will still be made with love, don't worry. It will definitely still be made with love. But I've been thinking about it for 2 years already. And inshallah, with time and hard work, I will get myself to that little coffee shop.
So a coffee shop in the future, that sounds absolutely intriguing. Mainly because then I can actually just take a look at everything you have on offer.
Yes.
Because everything you've described, or rather everything you've mentioned that you can make, really interests me. More so from the fact that I've seen how this looks. Now I want to see how the rest looks. But wait, actually, wait. I've been given evidence that Saaf can actually cook or bake. And I must tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not an expert on baking, okay? But I'm an expert on what looks good. And this looks pretty mauve. Wow, this looks... Is this red velvet?
Let me just have a look. Yes.
Wow, red velvet cake and red velvet puddings. Wow, donuts, glazed. Wow, there isn't really much you can't make then, eh?
I can make... that's why I said I can make anything and everything.
Anything and
And if I
everything.
hadn't made it yet, just describe it to me and I'll make it for you.
I have no doubt about that. We're going to have to go for some commercial news once more. And Abira's going to take us away to the marketplace. After that, we're going to be having another discussion, but more so in how you can get in contact with Saaf's Delights. So, of course, stay tuned to that. But let's take a listen to commercial news for now.
The Voice of the Cape, 91.3 FM stereo.
Spoil yourself to a 3-course meal at Rocker Mama's for only 129 Rand. For starters, choose between our 4 Rocker wings or 4 mouth-watering cheesy jalapeno bombs. For mains, we serve our signature smash burger topped with melted American cheese and shoestring fries. Finally, our showstopper, half Nutella and banana waffle and ice cream. It's the triple treat promotion for only 129 Rand. Now on daily until 9 p.m. at Rocker Mama's Vangate Mall, Rocker Mama's Westgate Mall, Rocker Mama's Kenilworth Centre. Rocker Mama's, we're not normal.
Start your day with the best value Rocker Mama's breakfast special. Eggs, bacon, chips and toast, plus bottomless coffee for only 59 Rand. Available at Rocker Mama's Kenilworth Centre, Rocker Mama's Vangate Mall and Rocker Mama's Westgate Mall only.
Fatima, I'm so excited. Look at my stationery bag. I can't wait to use it.
Am I?
Zara, can I see what you have in your stationery pack?
Look, Fatima, it's pencils, books, an eraser, a sharpener, and lots more.
I don't have anything.
Did you know that Saaf assists children in need with stationery packs?
Really?
With your support, 1,000 learners will benefit. Believe it is possible by donating 150 Rand or more to make children like Fatima's school year awesome. Sponsor a student. Reap the reward. For more information, visit www.sanzaf.org.za or call 021 638 0965. Sanzaf. Believe in the power of Zakah.
At Roman's Pizza, the family meal deal is back. Any 2 large pizzas plus a 1.5-liter Coca-Cola product for only $1.99.90. That's right, the family meal deal is back. Any 2 large pizzas plus a 1.5-liter Coca-Cola product for only $1.99.90. Order online or download our new app. Roman's Pizza. Best pizza, best value.
Available all day, every day at Roman's Pizza Athlone and Roman's Pizza Promenade.
Hayranisa David's attorney specializes in drafting of wills, including Sharia-compliant wills, the administration of deceased estates, transfers of fixed properties, registration of bonds or for major banks, creation of trusts, specialized commercial law and sequestration applications. Hayranisa David's attorneys is an ex-employee of the Master of the High Court, has vast experience in finalization of deceased estates and dealing with the most complex estates. Easy accessible premises situated on the corner of Garfield and Alamein Roads, Claremont, off Imam Haroon Road near Kenilworth Centre. Contact us on 021 683 7437. Hayranisa David's attorneys.
Kap op die kar se deel my broer. As oep.
Dis my car! My car is gesteel! Goeiete! Wat kan ek nou vir Mohammed sê?
No worries. At House of Rad, we fit tracking devices for all vehicles, motorbikes, boats, monitoring your vehicle on your cell phone, live viewing online for only 99 Rand per month.
Ja, mense wou so kry
my broer. House of Rad, opposite Athlone Stadium. Call us on 021 637 9024.
Your one-stop car security and sound shop.
The Voice of the Cape, 91.3 FM stereo.
The views expressed in any of the Voice of the Cape's live programming, pre-packaged content, outside broadcasts, simulcasted programs, or podcasts do not necessarily reflect the views of the Voice of the Cape, its management, or staff.
The Daily Grind. Boosting your business savvy.
Welcome back to the Daily Gram. We're now into our final segment with none other than Saaf Street Lights. Before the break, going through what you had on board, you can still check it on our Facebook and YouTube platforms. Now, there have been requests for your contact details so that people can get in contact with you and then try one of your wonderful... Wow, again, every time I look at it, I get a little bit distracted. I need to actually just focus. So contact details for anybody out there that would like to get in contact with you.
Okay, so it's my contact details on WhatsApp. Please don't call me. I'm not going to pick up. It's 060 892 6141.
So just repeat that once more. So
it's 060
060
892
6141. 41. Yes, that is the contact details. But also, if they want to have a look, you know, maybe they don't believe us when we went. Maybe they don't believe me when I say you actually can bake, and they actually want to see what you have on store or available. How can they do so?
They can check out my Facebook or Instagram page. It's at Saafs_delights.
Okay, and then they can go on there and check everything, you have available. Well, we're actually going to have to conclude the interview now, unfortunately. I would love to have you on for a little bit more. Maybe even do some taste tests, you know what I mean? That kind of stuff, because my word, does this look divine. But shukran so much for coming on board. Shukran so much for availing yourself on a Tuesday evening.
Shukran to you, Ayub, but it's been an experience.
No, you got my name wrong. You said I'm Ayub.
Ayub. Oh no, Maaf. Daanyaal.
Oh, brother Ayub is not
We
going
were
to make
just-
me forget that. Auntie Abida will inform me of that. Don't you worry. Yeah. But anyway,
Big Maaf for that.
It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. I loved having you on board. It was absolutely fantastic. For all of the wonderful listeners, remember that if you want to get in contact with Saaf, all you have to do is dial. Well, not dial. No. She specifically said do not dial. WhatsApp the following number of 060-892-6141. WhatsApp that number and then that will be through. Yes, you can't say anything right now because there's been some technical difficulties on our side. However, this video will be up on our pages immediately after this, and then you can go and find that. But I will also be doing a post, I think, a little bit later or tomorrow in relation to that. But shukran so much for coming on board. Shukran to the listeners of Voice of the Cape for tuning in. We've really appreciated it. Next week will be another episode of The Daily Grind, so stay tuned for that. But from myself, Daanyaal Matthews, I bid you adieu with Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I also have to inform you that we will be giving over to Radio Al Ansar after Maghrib as we will be hosting them. But that's enough from me. Assalamu alaikum. See you next week.
The Holiday Shift.